Hello everyone, how are we doing? I hope you're all well. Today we're going to be discussing the latest on what we know about Halo Infinite's campaign and the new AI that Master Chief is now working with, simply known as the Weapon. Relax back, I've got this, we'll take it from here. So Master Chief is now working with a new AI construct, one with, well, more than a passing resemblance to Cortana, the Spartan's original AI companion who became the series' villain in Halo 5. Hopefully you're all aware of that. And before we get started and go into the detail, just listen to this part of the trailer that was recently released by 343.
What happened? Where is Cortana?
The rogue AI known as Cortana is gone. She's been deleted.
How? By you?
Of course not. Did you hit your head or something? Don't you remember? My instructions were to enter this installation, imitate Cortana, and lock her down for retrieval. Yours were to take her back to the Infinity for deletion. So if it wasn't you...
Alright, so the big question, has Cortana really been killed off-screen? It seems unlikely, considering that the last 3 games have spent so much time showing the evolution of the character, from faithful companion to dying AI to, well, dictator, reborn tyrant, I don't know. So the Weapon. The Weapon looks like Cortana. Some people even believed that she was Cortana. There's a good reason for that. The Weapon's serial number is CTN 0453-0. We know this because we saw it in the Discover Hope trailer that was released a while back. Now there is a bit of foreshadowing with regards to this AI that was actually done as far back as Halo 4 by Cortana herself. And Cortana actually said,
"They'll pair you with another AI. Maybe even another Cortana model if Halsey lets them.
That's not going to happen.
It won't be me. You know that, right?"
ominous. So there are 2 types of AI. There's smart AI, e.g. Cortana or the Weapon, versus dumb AI. Now, for example, with the dumb AI, these would be the AI that the players of Halo Infinite are going to be partnered with in the upcoming game. So the 2 versions basically mean that you have an AI that is bound by its programming and an AI that is capable of learning and adapting its programming, and that is the difference between a dumb AI and a smart AI. Now, smart AIs can suffer rampancy. If you don't know what rampancy is, I'm not going to explain it in this video, but there is a video that I have made which you can see in this link above in the corner here. But basically, smart AI, the bottom line, they have about 7 years of operation until they are set for what is called final dispensation. And this is actually something that's attempted with Cortana while she's suffering the initial effects of rampancy during Halo 4. Now, after the created uprising in 2558 by Cortana, CTN 0453-0, or we'll call her the Weapon for now, was created, or possibly retrieved, I'll come to that in a bit, to enter an installation to imitate Cortana and lock her down for retrieval. Now, she was partnered with John 117 so he could take Cortana to the UNSC Infinity for final dispensation. And when the Weapon's successful deployment completed, the deletion routine for the Weapon would then execute and we would be left with neither Cortana nor the Weapon. However, the routine failed to activate, and this caused her mission parameters to change to ascertain why the Weapon wasn't terminated. So this is how the Weapon ends up working with John 117, as we can see in the trailer. Now, how is the Weapon so close to Cortana? Well, it's all to do with Reach, actually. So if you've read the book Shadows of Reach, if you haven't, I highly suggest it. But if you have read the book, you will know that Blue Team, with all 4 of them, Fred, Linda, Kelly and John, they all went to Reach after it had been glassed. They returned to it and basically managed to recover 3 cryopods or cryobins, as well as a box. Now, we put the box to one side because it's not too obvious what's in the box. My half guess on this would be it's some sort of data that was recovered from Reach when we first went to collect the Cortana fragment from the base from where Halsey was, and then we escorted Halsey away with June, and then we carried the package, i.e. the Cortana fragment, back to the Pillar of Autumn, where the original Cortana was already there. If you don't know that bit, that is a whole other video for Reach's timeline, but basically it encompasses the game and the book. They're actually both canon. It's a long story. Anyway, so we'll put the box to one side. The cryobins, the 3 cryobins that were collected, there were originally 4. Now, one of them was used to actually create Cortana. So, in the cryobins themselves were the, well, I think, from what I can guess, and I believe I'm accurate on this, are the 4 flash-cloned brains of Dr. Halsey that she used illegally to make Cortana in the first place, because she couldn't find a brain that she wanted to use originally, so she decided to clone her own. Now, 1 was used. That leaves 3. These are the 3 cryobins that Blue Team recover. I would suggest, and I'm willing to bet money on this, the weapon is one of these flash-cloned brains. It's been, you know, they've been collected. The cryobins have been brought back to Dr. Halsey, who's still working with the UNSC after the debacle of Halo 5 and Halo 4. And she has developed the weapon from another of the brains. So we have 2 brains left after this, effectively. And this brain has been used to create the weapon, and the weapon is now something to take on Cortana and capture her so that John can take her back to Infinity. So that's really a rundown of who the weapon is for now, and why she is so closely related to Cortana. Basically, Cortana's little sister is the bottom line of it. They're made from the same genetic material, the same brain pathways. Maybe the brain pathways could have been updated with what Halsey knows now compared to what Halsey knew when she made Cortana originally, which means that the weapon could feasibly be more powerful or more intelligent than Cortana is now, or was, depends how you see it, because obviously in the trailer we talk about Cortana being killed off screen. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the story is going to unfold. We're going to play through the whole thing. I don't think 343 are going to ignore Halo 5 as much as I think maybe a good chunk of the Halo community would want them to. But I think that's a bad route. I think they will address it, and we'll be dealing with it. But that's a quick rundown on the weapon. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Click subscribe, click like. Tell me what you think about this. Do you think Cortana is already gone and we're picking up in the aftermath of it? Or do you think we're going to actually be involved with capturing Cortana and possibly the weapon picking their own name? I know most smart AIs pick their own name, but you know, it's maybe she takes the Cortana moniker and we have another Cortana 2. I don't know. We'll see what happens, because the serial number does match. CTN 0453-0. CTN stipulates Cortana, so we'll see how it goes. But I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please click that red button, leave your comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one. But until then, happy gaming.